Spider-Man 2 is not only my favorite Spider-Man movie, but it's also my favorite film of all time. It embodies everything I love about cinema, from the score to how it's directed and to how it's shot. I have a genuine love for this movie. I've made school projects talking about Spider-Man 2. Heck, I even tried to recreate certain scenes from the movie. Sam Raimi truly crafted something special. I could sit here and talk about this movie all day. However, in a film with so many great moments, there is one scene that I think stands above the rest. It's not that scene, or that one, or even that one. It's this scene.
All the things you've been thinking about, Peter, make me sad.
This is my favorite scene in the entire movie. It's ironic when I think that the best scene in a larger-than-life comic book film can be the most human and emotional. That's why for the next few minutes I'll be channeling my inner high-top films to break down why the scene works on both a narrative and a filmmaking level. In this scene, Peter Parker is at a crossroad. He's torn between wanting to live a normal life with MJ and his responsibilities as Spider-Man, and this internal conflict is showcased beautifully on screen. The scene opens and we see the camera slowly zoom into an extreme close-up of Peter's face. Extreme close-ups are used in movies and TV shows to increase emotional intensity. It also adds intimacy between the subject and the audience, in this case, us and Peter. The closer the camera gets to Peter's face, the more we can see the emotional turmoil he's going through just off the lighting alone. Lighting is everything. Lighting can make or break a scene. Cinematographer Bill Pope knows this, and that's why the lighting in the scene is superb. One side of Peter's face is submerged in light while the other half is drowned in darkness. One side represents Peter's resolve while the other represents his insecurity. This technique is called low-key lighting. Low-key lighting increases contrast with dark tones and shadows, which is the opposite of high-key lighting. Typically, to achieve this kind of look, you would need two light sources, your key light and your fill light. In my case, I'm using a bootleg bounce card / reflector. The main goal of the bounce card is to reflect the light from the key light to hit the subject. For a scene set at night or in a dark room, your key light is your strongest light source in terms of both intensity and wattage. Your key and fill lights give the image a difference of exposure, which gives you a dynamic shot. In this instance, the key light is positioned on frame right while illuminating the right portion of his face, while the fill light on screen left is used to lighten the shadows on the left side of his face, allowing us to see the specular highlight in his left eye. Jeez, I'm barely 20 seconds into the scene and there's so much I can say about the lighting on its own. As the scene continues, it transitions into a look inside of Peter's psyche. We essentially see Peter talking to his conscience, his voice of reason, Uncle Ben. And it's touching. He's telling the same person who inspired him to become Spider-Man that he doesn't want that responsibility anymore. He wants a life of his own. It's shot like a dream sequence. Everything in the background is overexposed while drawing more attention to the foreground. Oh look, it's those extreme close-ups I mentioned before. From here we get standard shot reverse shots until the scene goes back to where we started, an extreme close-up on Peter. He's finally decided on what he wants to do. He places his Spider-Man costume in the trash and walks away, leaving behind both a metaphorical and physical part of himself, and the scene fades to black. That is powerful. You can call these movies campy, you can say that Tobey isn't an accurate Spider-Man, but you can't say that the actual filmmaking aspects of it aren't amazing. And on that note, I conclude my first ever video essay. Making this was a huge step out of my comfort zone, since I usually don't talk about movies or anything outside of gaming really on this channel. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more stuff like this in the future, then please give the video a thumbs up, it helps my channel grow in more ways than you guys know, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.